What's happening, guys? This is James Blonde from MMOHut.com with a quick weekly recap for MMO news and announcements for the week ending May 6th, 2013. Now, there's plenty of MOBA news this week, as you might be able to tell by the video playing in the background. The first piece of news has to do with Battle for Graxia, and the news is that the game publisher Petroglyph officially launched the game, as well as integrated a new replay mode that provides players with a downloadable recording of the matches they play. The game also launched with a unique feature that has never before been seen in a MOBA. The new White Knight system gives players the opportunity to automatically replace others that have dropped out of the match. That's actually pretty nice. Plus, to celebrate the launch, content bundles are offered that include exclusive immortal skins, in-game coins for store items, a personal in-game badge to show off various accomplishments, and a variety of boosters to give new characters a head start in competing in matches. Most features are available to Steam players via the game's Steam page, with some exclusives set aside for founding players the week of launch. Next up, as of May 1st, it's been an entire year since the launch of Tera in North America, and with that, En-Masse is celebrating Tera's first birthday with a nice chunk of in-game events throughout the entire month of May. One of which will include a loading screen contest, which will feature winning fan submissions as loading screens in the game. If they're going to be a loading screen, might as well be something you or your friends drew up, I suppose. En-Masse also lets us in on some information about upcoming content set to be added to the game this summer, including an expansive 20v20 battleground that has players defend and control strongholds with the aid of tanks, cannons, and airships, plus the introduction of the player-driven alliance system, just to name a few. En-Masse also constructed a new interesting infograph that shows off various game statistics over the year. You know, like how many total monsters were killed or which BAM killed the most players. You could probably guess right on that one. Back to the MOBA news, as Hi-Rez released Fenrir, the latest god in Smite. This badass physical melee bruiser uses Unbound Runes as his passive that provides efficiency as he attacks. Each basic attack he lands activates one of 5 runes, and each of Fenrir's abilities gains an additional benefit when his runes are maxed out. But at the same time, the runes are then consumed. However, when an enemy god dies near him, it will automatically fully activate all of his runes. Now, I've got to say, that's probably one of my favorite passives for any of the gods in the game. And his ultimate is pretty awesome itself. He grows huge like Vamana does, and becomes immune to crowd control, and then also moves faster. Then he deals physical damage to gods as he mauls them and carries them off to their death. Oh, and when he does that with full runes, his protection's double. It sounds OP, and it is, but I love it anyway. Also, a bit of MOBA news we somehow missed last week. League of Legends released its latest patch, giving players something they've been asking for quite some time now. They provided players matchmaking to all random all mid game mode in the form of the icy new map called Howling Abyss to go along with the all-new Freljord theme. They've also added rerolls to all random all mid, but they did so in a nice fashion. So even though the random elements is the fun part of ARAM, sometimes you just don't want to play a particular champion. In that case, each game allows you to earn points towards a reroll, and it seems like it does take a little while to earn these points, so you might decide to spend them only in dire situations. So we've got another birthday in the house. This past week, May 4th, marks the 2nd anniversary for Elsword, along with the final new transformation in the Elsword transformation series. This new update introduces the Shelling Guardian as Chung's literally explosive new class. As the Shelling Guardian, Chung becomes the ultimate demolitions expert, decimating enemies with tactical mortar strikes and mastering long-range combat. So expect heavy explosions with massive area of effect attacks and the longest range abilities of any character so far. Next up, PlanetSide 2 released Game Update 8, and with it a brand new vehicle that may turn the tides of the Araxian War. The all-new Harasser Assault Buggy is a speedy, armored 3-man vehicle that plays a dual role as both a troop transport and strike vehicle. Wielding a top-mounted 360-degree turret, the buggy kind of reminds me of the Nod buggy in CNC Tiberian Sun, but it can also carry any infantry class in the rumble seat, including the Max. That's actually pretty handy. The Harasser buggy is just one new feature of the tons of new updates added to the game in Update 8, so check the link in the description below for more details. Our next piece of news has to do with Lost Saga, and as many of you may already know, Lost Saga has recently been picked up and republished by WeMade, and with that, the company has added 2 new game modes, a new map, as well as the game's first premium character, Lori Yagami, that you may know from the King of Fighters and SNK vs. Capcom fighting series. The new game modes available to players as of this past Friday are the new Champion mode that takes players to vertically constrained maps that simulate classic 2D fighting games like Street Fighter. The other game mode is an extension to the Crusade challenge with 60 floors of opponents to fight through. You can check out some of the newer characters and commentary and get an idea for the game in my Lost Saga refresher right here. Alright, so this is the last MOBA announcement, I promise, but last week, Infinite Crisis released spotlights on both Poison Ivy and Gaslight Catwoman. Poison Ivy puts her opponents in check by dominating the battlefield from a safe distance with the help of her plant friends, and Gaslight Catwoman uses her assassin training and razor-sharp claws to tear into the weak and unsuspecting enemies. I've got to say, as more of these spotlights release, the game gets more and more exciting to check out. Last week, for North America, Dragon Nest revealed its newest character, Kali. As a prophet born under the Shadow Star, Kali combines her fluid fan and chakram strikes with crippling dark magic and spirit attacks to overwhelm foes with devastating blows while strengthening allies. Sounds pretty epic. My only question is, why is the trailer in Letterboxd? The next content update for the Lord of the Rings Online, Update 11, Treachery of the White Hand, is launching on May 13th. The new update will feature 5 new areas and continues the epic story in the remote regions of Wildermoor and Eastern Rohan. But on top of that, the new updates plan to have a mounted combat revamp, whereas new class-specific traits now enhance your mounted combat skills, while bonuses to mobility have been moved from your traits to your base steed. More details about this future update provided in the link in the description below. And that's about it for MMO news and announcements. As far as games to look out for, City of Steam is planning on going into early access beta on May 10th to act as proving grounds for many of the game's new features, including the player-demanded jetpacks and improvements leading up to the open beta. Players interested in joining can sign up at the City of Steam official website. City of Steam, now with 100% more jetpacks than ever before. Closed beta starts for Infinite Crisis this coming Wednesday, the 8th, and potential players can still sign up on the official website to gain access. And that, guys, is going to be it for MMO news and announcements for the week ending May 6th. Like always, if you're looking for more information about the news featured in this week's recap, head over to MMOHut.com/news, and feel free to discuss the news in the comments below, or head over to MMOHut.com/forums. But until next time, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.